I grew up in a quiet suburb of Chicago, Illinois. My family was just getting by. Mom worked long shifts as a home health aide. My little brother was still in high school, and I lived with them in our modest apartment. Dad walked out when I was a kid, leaving us to fend for ourselves after his sudden heart attack 3 years ago. The weight of the bills fell on Mom and me. I finished community college at 19 with a basic associate's degree in business admin, but job hunting in the Windy City was brutal. I'd ace interviews only to hear no experience, or get offers with pathetic pay and endless hours. It felt like luck had abandoned me entirely. One drizzly evening, I was heading back from yet another failed interview on the far side of the city. It was around 6 p.m., clouds heavy with rain, and the L train was packed like sardines. Buses weren't any better, jammed full, impossible to board. I stood at the stop, soaked and defeated, when a sleek black SUV pulled up. The window rolled down, and a polished older man inside asked, "Where you headed? You've been standing here forever." I hesitated, just waiting for the bus. "It's chaos out there with this crowd," he said. "I'm going toward Lincoln Park. That near you." Rain started pouring, and with home miles away, I figured what the heck. After a beat, I nodded and climbed into the back seat. He chatted casually. "What do you do?" "Job hunting. Just bombed another interview. They said I lack experience." He nodded sympathetically. Classic catch-22 for newcomers. No job means no experience, right? We talked the whole ride. I opened up about my family, Mom's struggles, my brother's tuition needs, how desperately I needed steady work. He listened intently. When we reached my block, I thanked him profusely. He paused, pulled out a business card. "I'm Robert Harrington, CEO of Harrington Tech Innovations. We're looking for a front desk coordinator. Swing by the office tomorrow if you're interested. We might have something." I took the card, stunned. "Thank you so much." Mom was worried sick when I got in late. I showed her the card and recounted the story. She frowned. "Strangers aren't always safe, honey." That night, I Googled him. Legit company, glowing reviews. Figured I'd give it a shot. Next morning, I dressed sharp, minimal makeup, and headed to the gleaming downtown high-rise. Reception sent me to the top floor. Heart pounding, I knocked on his door. "Come in." There he was, mid-50s, silver-haired, reviewing files. He smiled. "Sharon, right? Have a seat." How'd he remember my name? Probably reception tipped him off. "You mentioned computer skills. MS Office Basics?" "Yes, sir." "Great. Can't offer full-time right away, but a 1-month paid internship at $200 a month. Prove yourself and it's permanent. Sound fair?" My eyes lit up. This was gold. "Absolutely, sir. Thank you. Start tomorrow, 9 a.m. HR Director Linda will onboard you." I floated home, told Mom the news. She hugged me tight. My new chapter began. Linda explained everything. Answering calls, greeting visitors, light admin. I picked it up fast. Robert praised my work occasionally, boosting my confidence. After the month, he made me permanent at $1,800 monthly. Life stabilized, but 3 months in, whispers started. Coworker Angela pulled me aside. "Girls in your role don't last. Robert seems gentlemanly at first, but he targets fresh faces. Gets too personal." I brushed it off. He'd always been professional with me. Then came that Saturday. Office closed, but Robert called. "Urgent project. Come in quick." Storm raging outside. I scooted over on my bike. Rain hammered down. I sheltered under an awning, but it worsened. Drenched, I pushed onto the office. Robert looked concerned. "Sharon, you're soaked. You'll catch a cold." He handed me a towel from his cabinet. "Dry off in the restroom." Clothes clinging, I dried my hair but stayed damp. Office empty. Just us. Guest lounge has a space heater. Dry your things there. In the lounge, I turned on the heater, spread my blouse to dry, wrapped the towel around myself. Knock on the door. Sharon, it's me. Need a file inside. I tightened the towel, cracked the door. His eyes scanned me oddly, making me uneasy. He grabbed the file, eyed my drying clothes. They'll take time. We have work. Come to my office like that. No one's here. Heart racing, I reluctantly joined him on the couch. Laptop open for a presentation. I fidgeted with the towel constantly. His leg brushed mine. Electric shock. But I froze. He inched closer. Tension built. Fear. Confusion. Something unnamed. After half an hour, he closed the laptop. Just us today. Fancy coffee. Brew some in the kitchen. I escaped to the kitchen, hands shaking. Angela's warnings echoing. Back with mugs. He was gone. I peeked into the lounge, froze. Robert held my damp blouse, inhaling it deeply, lost in some trance. Panic surged. I retreated, called out, "Coffee's ready." He emerged casually, phone in hand. Sat close, sipped. "Sharon, you're stunning." I managed a weak smile, face burning. His hand on my thigh. I jerked away. "Scared?" He grinned, mind racing for escape. He took my hand. "Happy with the job?" I nodded. "Want it permanent, full contract?" "That's up to you, sir." "No, up to you." Grip tightened. "Fulfill my wishes, like tonight, and it's yours. Future secure." Rage boiled. I yanked free, stood. "I'm not that girl. How could you?" He rose. "Compromises for success. I can support your family. Mom's health, brother's school. Think it over. I'll smoke downstairs. Stay if yes. Leave if no. No hard feelings." He left. Tears welled. Self-respect versus survival. Mom's illnesses. Bills. If fired, back to square one. Broken, I sat back down. He returned, smiling. "You stayed. Deal." Eyes wet. "Contract first." "Tomorrow." He drove me home. Told Mom the promotion to 2200. She beamed. Thanked him. Guilt crushed me that night. Sold my soul. Days later, prepping for work, he called. "Farmhouse outside city. Special client meeting. Tell family it's a 2-3 day business trip." Voice trembling. "Yes, sir." Packed essentials. Kissed Mom goodbye. Be safe. At the secluded ranch in rural Illinois. Suited businessmen awaited. Relief. Actual meeting. Discussions on deals. I took notes. Presented slides. 3 hours later, lunch served. Chocolate cake. Robert had me cut it. Guests left one by one. But one lingered. Victor Lang, the vocal investor Robert fawned over, and mysteriously, Robert's college-age son, Ethan, early 20s, quiet, observing from the corners, had shown up unannounced, claiming to help with tech setup. His presence felt off. Eyes darting suspiciously. "Sharon, grab wine and 3 glasses," Robert said. I brought 2. 3, you 2, celebration. I don't drink. Special day, your contract. One won't hurt. Defeated, I fetched it. First sip bitter. Head buzzed quick. Victor whispered to Robert, who nodded. Meet Victor properly. Key investor. Victor refilled my glass. Drink. I glanced at Robert pleadingly. He placed a hand on my shoulder. Entertain Victor these 2 days. He's vital. Meaning dawned. Yes, sir. Inside, screaming, no. Robert left. Call if issues. His taillights faded. Dread consumed me. Victor eyed me like prey. The housekeeper, old-timer Hank, watched oddly too. I approached him. Name? Hank, miss. How far to town? About 10 miles. Isolated out here. Isolation hit hard. Hank shared later. Not the first time. Saw it last year with another girl. Couldn't stop it then. Alone with Victor, he sat close. Robert raves about you. Hand on my waist. I shoved it off. Please don't. Face darkened. Playing hard. He said you'd cooperate. I bolted for the door. He grabbed, slammed me onto the couch. No fighting. I screamed, "Help!" He clamped my mouth, tore at clothes, thrashing wildly. Door burst. Hank charged with a wooden chair, smashed Victor's head. Blood poured. "Run, miss!" Victor groaned curses. Hank shielded me. "Won't let this happen to any daughter figure." I grabbed my bag, fled with Hank on his rusty motorcycle to the city. En route, reported similar before, but this time I acted, added my own twist, snapped photos of the scene for proof. Home, Mum held me as I sobbed everything. The lure, coercion, abandonment to Victor. Fury and sorrow in her eyes. Damn the job. Better pour with honor. I called Robert. Shameless. Thought I was for sale. Without Hank, I'd be ruined. Keep your job, money, everything. Slam the phone. Next day, for my belongings and final pay. Chaos at office. Cops had arrested Robert overnight on Victor's complaint. No. Hank, fueled by years of silent rage, had gone straight to police with his photos and testimony, exposing Robert's pattern of luring interns for clients. But the twist, Ethan, Robert's estranged son, had secretly recorded meetings. Hating his father's corruption after being cut from the will, he anonymously tipped authorities, adding evidence of financial fraud tied to the deals. Revenge from within the family. Today, I recall it shivering. Evil exists, but so does good. Hank and even Ethan's shadow justice. They're heroes. I restarted in a small firm with respect. Content with Mom. Brother in our apartment. Never trade dignity for desperation. Solutions come.